seems bigger than what it is. And I know I'm lucky for a lot of things, but if she were a man, would she still have done it?
Welcome to Looking at the Markets with David Modell. I want to give you a combination strategy today that you can try out. Please try it out with demo or virtual trading first. Do not use real money to test something out, okay? So what we're doing here, first of all, we're using tradingview.com. I want to give them credit for their charts. And we're going to combine a couple of moving averages. Yes, the good old-fashioned moving average crossover. And we're going to use the 5-period exponential moving average. And that is here in blue, okay? The blue line. And the 20-period exponential moving average. And that is in yellow here, or gold. So we're using the 5 and the 20 EMA lines, okay? And good old-fashioned crossover strategy with that. All right, so when the 5 goes above the 20, you're a buyer. And when the 5 goes back below the 20, you're a seller, okay? And then you wait until the 5 goes back above the 20, and then you're a buyer, and then back below the 20, and you're a seller, and so on and so forth. Well, you'll notice, though, that a lot of times when you're using two moving averages in a crossover strategy, it could be really frustrating because, look at this. Okay, so you're a seller because the 5 went below the 20. And then soon afterwards you're a buyer. And then right after that you're a seller. And then a buyer, then a seller, then a buyer, then a seller, then a buyer. You see, it can be really frustrating when the candles, the price action gets really choppy. And by the way, these candles, it's Microsoft stock. I'm using the daily candlestick chart, but what I'm saying today could also be applied to other time frames. 1-minute candles, 2-minute, 5-minute, hourly candles, whatever. Okay, it's not even about that. It's about the lines. Okay, and so this, you see how this could be very frustrating when the candles get kind of sideways choppy, and then you're in the trade, you're out of the trade, cross above, cross below, above, below, above. Right, that could be very frustrating. You're not making money that way, or not much. You might be losing money. Finally, you make money on the breakout, right? But it would be nice to have some sort of confirmation and a way to kind of filter out some of this sideways chop stuff, right? Well, how about adding another indicator? And they have this on TradingView. It's called the Supertrend indicator. You see all this green stuff here and all this kind of red stuff here, right? Okay, see how it's green, and then it's red, and then green, and then red, okay? Well, the Supertrend indicator, you don't have to know the formula, that's okay. Just understand that it uses the average true range in the formula, okay? And this way it can help to figure out what the typical price volatility or movement, the typical movement of the asset is, whether it's a stock or cryptocurrency, whatever it is. And so it gets a sense of maybe when you can stay out of the trade because the thing is just chopping around. It's not moving as much as it normally would. It's kind of staying in place, which is frustrating if you're just using two moving averages and nothing else and waiting for the crossover and cross unders, right? So maybe this could filter out some of this sideways chop, the frustrating part, right? And so check it out. Whenever the Supertrend indicator is red, that's like a stoplight. In the United States, the stoplights are, red means stop and green means go. And so, yes, you're looking for the 5 EMA to go above the 12, but if the Supertrend indicator is red, don't take the trade. Just stay out, okay? Wait until it's green. And then if both are true, and both have to be true, the 5 has to be above the 12, 5 EMA above the 12 EMA, but also not a red light, but a green light, according to the Supertrend indicator. Hey, then you have confirmation there, and look at that, just up, 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 right? Not too bad. Now, there are no guarantees, okay? You could lose money with this or any other strategy, really, okay? And it doesn't always work out like this, but you stayed out of the sideways chop. You stayed out of the frustrating part because it was red with the Supertrend indicator. And then the 5 went above the 12, but at first you're like, well, hold on, it's still red. Now it's green, and the 5 is above the 12. Both conditions are met. I can get in the trade, and boom, right? make a nice profit, hopefully. And then, okay, you got this red here, and the 5 went below the 12 anyway, so you would have been out of the trade anyway. But there's some nice confirmation. It's red, so no matter what, you're staying out of the trade. And then, okay, the 5 goes above the 12 here. Great, but I'm not going to get in the trade yet. I'm going to wait until, boom. You also have the Supertrend indicator giving you that green light. And when you got that kind of confirmation, you could get, check it out, a nice, beautiful move that just keeps on going. See? I had this waiting for you. So you can see what's possible. No guarantees, okay, but you can see what might happen, because the idea is to ride that wave upwards and maybe have a filter that could possibly, hopefully, no guarantees, but maybe filter out some of that sideways chop. That could be, look at this, so frustrating. Not to mention filtering out sometimes, hopefully, the big downturns, which the 5 going below the 12 filters out a lot of the downturns anyway. But then you've got that confirmation, because you wouldn't have been into the trade anyway with this strategy. You would have stayed out of it anyway, because it's red light from the Supertrend indicator telling you to stay out. Okay, so I hope this was helpful to you. Try it out, please, with demo or virtual trading, no real money, and then decide for yourself whether it's right for you. Always have an exit strategy, whatever. You could use small position sizes. Always, I highly recommend that. And just make sure it works before you even think about putting any real money in any strategy. So I want to thank you for watching and listening. I will talk to you again soon.
Seems bigger than what it is, and I know I'm lucky for a lot of things. But if she were a man, would you still have done